Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and this evening we are eating a papaya with a beautiful view over three countries here. Italy in the foreground, France in the background, and beneath the last hill you can see the high rises of Monaco. Well, nothing unusual, except that this papaya was grown in this very region here. Here we are in the Mediterranean, one of the northernmost areas of the Mediterranean. Basically here we are at the same geographical latitude as southern Canada, or let's say as Detroit or Chicago. All places which are not known for a subtropical climate. If you want to grow a papaya in the US, you grow it in southern California, southern Florida, southern Texas. You get the point, it's southern, the southernmost ends of the southernmost states. Here we are in northern Italy. Well, we actually at the foothills of the Alps, those mountains here. Yeah, I know the lighting is not good, but it's evening. Sahara dust is coming here, and see the Sahara dust in the light? Actually, you can see it on the leaves. Well, those don't show it perfectly, but believe me, today most of the leaves we saw were covered with Sahara dust. Maybe we can see it here. Yeah, here, do you see the spots? The muddy spots, this is Sahara dust coming directly from the Sahara, which is also befitting because this area here is called Conca di Africa, corretto? Oh, passo carabile, Conca d'Africa. Well, what I wanted to say, having a climate that's comparable to southern Florida, southern Texas, southern California, at the same latitude as northern New York or northern Washington or so, or almost. We are not as far north as southern Alaska, but not a big difference anymore. And having a place that's called Conca d'Africa. Oh, my camera shy assistant is not shy to correct me. Called Conca d'Africa, which basically means the Basin of Africa. See this? The Alps, the foothills of the Alps are protecting the area from the north, from the cold northern winds, while the Mediterranean acts as an air conditioner. This part of the coast is not very warm. Right now we are here in the last days of June, like the strongest light you have throughout the year, and the temperatures are like 25 on most days, sometimes reaching almost 30. It's not warm, and in winter it's not cold. Doesn't get colder than 10 or 12 degrees usually. The last time they had frost here was 6 years ago, and it was a light frost. And we visited a place, we visited a farmer in this northernmost subtropical, almost frost-free area in the world probably, who is growing commercially on a small scale stuff like mangoes, chirimoyas, passion fruit, papayas and so on. Half of them are grown in old greenhouses, meaning old greenhouses his father built 50 years ago to grow orchids. Greenhouses that often miss half of the roof and always have a lot of holes, so not heated or even tight greenhouses. And in this greenhouse he managed to grow perfect papayas. He manages to grow perfect mangoes and chirimoyas and passion fruit even outdoors. However, in a very protected area on those steep slopes, there used to be a lot of farming on those steep slopes, especially flower gardening, flowers for expensive bouquets. You know, when somebody is marrying and you are sending them the bouquets. By the way, why am I talking so much and not trying the papaya? Because it's so crazy that you can grow papayas on the same geographical latitude as Canada or New England or Detroit. You know how cold Detroit is? Oh well. A lot of those steep slopes were covered in greenhouses. Right now I don't see any, but I know that right here behind this bunker there are some, and over there are more. So he's growing them on a very steep southern slope, similar to this one. Some are in greenhouses, which are missing a lot of glass panes. Other are in former greenhouses where the walls still, some of the walls are from bricks and they still provide some protection. I asked him, in this climate, would papayas and mangoes also grow just as well in the flatter areas near the sea? He said he has no idea. He only has almost vertical farmland. He managed to produce this papaya it's ripening in June, which is crazy for this geographical latitude. I mean, you have papaya production in the last years in southern Europe, but at southern Spain or Sicily. Those are hundreds of kilometers or hundreds of miles south. Several parallels on the globe south of here. Here we are at the same geographical latitude as southern Canada, and this guy is producing papayas in a greenhouse which has a lot of holes in the roof. And people told me it's also possible to produce them outdoors. Well, probably not in that quality and probably not that early in the year. So as I said, in the last decades, papaya production outdoors has been developed in southern Spain, southern Portugal, the southern coast of Sicily. But here we are in northern Italy. We saw his farm, it's amazing. Like, he's growing so many different mango varieties, egg fruits, different passion fruits, different guavas and stuff, different egg fruits, and a couple papayas. This papaya has a beautiful orange color. Like in southern Spain, when we ate European grown papayas, they were pale and not very tasty. This one looks a lot more tasty. Let's try it. Let's try this thing. Any smell? Not much smell. It should be ripe, but not overripe. It's not bad. Good stuff. It's sweet, but not extremely sweet. It lacks any trace of this funky taste which me and other people don't like in many papayas. For me, it could be a tad more ripe, but we got it just like 2 hours ago. Since we are traveling by backpack, if you carry this around till tomorrow, you can see we already managed to squish it in the last 2 hours. Carrying it for 2 or 3 days for it to ripen would be better, but it wouldn't survive that. So we cannot ripen it to extreme perfection, but this is a really good papaya. Grown with very low-tech protection at the same geographical latitude, not as southern Florida, but southern Canada. Good papaya. Unfortunately, his commercial production is very small scale, like people like the Italian president or the Prince of Monaco or other really important people are getting a basket of fruit from time to time. And sometimes people like us. Thank you so much, Mr. Fazio, for the great papaya you are growing here in the conquered Africa, a piece of Africa at the same geographical latitude as southern Canada. And you folks, stay tuned for a lot more subtropical fruit videos from the great subtropical African area in the heart of Europe and at the same latitude as Canada. And if you want more such content, it's not enough to subscribe to my channel because YouTube stopped recommending my videos even to subscribers. Better press the little bell icon to be notified of any new uploads.